I am Southern Belle from the city, and you are watching Southern Belle Speaks Sunday. What's up, YouTube? I'm back for another Southern Belle Speaks Sunday. Don't forget the hashtag. Baby, this is Sweetie. She's a yucca cane plant. I had this in the last video, but I didn't introduce her, so I thought that I would introduce her this week. I did used to have a palm tree there, but she got called home to glory. She got plant rot, and I didn't correct it in time, and it was just all downhill. But she was sick when I brought her. There I go. I'm just always rambling. Anywho, I hope you guys have had a good week. We are basically halfway through the July already. These months are flying by, I tell you. Last week we discussed, what did we discuss? Dr. Daniel's relational intelligence, I believe. The week before that we talked about prayers for freedom from worry and anxiety. I finished the relational intelligence actually at the Audible. So I'll give my dissertation on that next week. But I want to kind of get my thoughts together with that and write them down. But I had something else that I wanted to talk about today. Today isn't based on a book, but if you would like to know my current reads, I just finished Relational Intelligence. I'm reading, and I'm listening to an Audible about being millionaires. I forget what it's called, but I will put the screenshot of what that's about up here. And then I'm also getting ready to start this 31 Prayers for My Future Husband. And you know, as always, can I be real? I love Pastor Mike Todd. Like, I just love him. And somewhere in the universe, God, let him see this so he knows I love you. I love you. I saw something the other day that said, butterflies can't see their wings. They can't see how beautiful they are, but everybody else can. And I was just like, wow. You know, like, how sad is that? Like, how sad is it that, you know, they're so beautiful. Some of them are so complex. Some of them are so, like, almost like stained glass, like handmade, and they don't know. They don't know how beautiful they are. They spend all that time in a cocoon to, you know, morph it to something so gorgeous, and they will never know what that looks like. And that made me really sad for some reason, even though they don't notice, they don't care, they could care less because they don't know what they're missing, but we can see how beautiful they are. And I just feel sad that they don't know that, you know. I know it's silly, but I do. I was like, I wish I didn't know that. I wish that I didn't think of that. I mean, obviously, you know, there's no mirrors and, like, they can't, you know, see their wings. But that, I wish Noah told me that, because now I'm sad that butterflies can't see themselves. And then I was like, peacocks can't see themselves. The back of their tail, the fans out, like, well, I mean, at least peacocks have a better chance of seeing themselves, because some of the ones that are cohabitated, I know that they've given them mirrors. But still, like, there's so many beautiful creations in the world that don't know that. We have the opportunity to see ourselves, and most of the time we don't believe what we see, or we don't believe what people tell us is beautiful. Which brings my topic is that, you know, sometimes, like that butterfly, we can't see what everybody else sees on the outside. But, you know, nonetheless, and more importantly, we don't see ourselves the way that God sees us. God sees us the way that we see butterflies. God sees the beautiful span of our wings. He sees the intricate details of our heart. He sees our talents. He sees our gifts. He sees the decisions that we made in His honor. He sees a lot of every bad decision that we've made that makes up, you know what I mean? You know how every butterfly has a different kind of pattern? Like, there can be certain kinds, like a monarch butterfly, they all have the same color scheme, but no pattern is the same, you know? And so every butterfly is different, but I believe, you know, the same way that they're all different, we're all different. And some of our mistakes even that we make, they make up our pattern. And God's able to see all of that, but we don't see it that way. We see the parts that we want to see, the parts that people have told us they see over the years that aren't us, and we have no idea how God sees us. And we'll, you know what I mean, we can try to understand, but we'll never really know. Just like that butterfly will never see the expansion of their wings, but they just continue going on it daily, doing what they're supposed to do. And so that's the way that we have to be. We'll never see ourselves the way that God sees us, but we have to trust that the way He sees us is, you know, the most beautiful is the way that we see butterflies, but we have to go on and continue to do what we're doing, you know. And another thing about a butterfly is that there's a metamorphosis phase, you know. So they don't start out that way. They start out as a caterpillar, and you know, they're on the ground. They start out crawling. They start out, you know, going around the world on the ground, sometimes getting crushed before they ever have the chance to fly. But then they go through this cocoon phase, and then they're able to, you know, go through metamorphosis, and they're able to expand their wings and become this beautiful being creature, you know. And it's funny that they don't know the beauty of what they look like, but there's been a change. They know that, you know, because they were crawling on the ground as a caterpillar, but now they've expanded and they're able to see the world above. They're able to fly and soar. They're able to be free. So no, we may not be able to see ourselves the way that God sees us, but once we make that transformation, and once we, you know, go from that crawling caterpillar into the cocoon phase, I believe that I'm in my cocoon phase right now, you know. Once we go through that phase and we're changed and we're made whole, we're able to see the world, we're able to soar. We may not be able to see ourselves the way that God sees us, but however we're able to, you know, grow, we're able to see growth in some way. We know that we've been changed. We may not be able to see the way that God sees us, or see the changes, the beautiful expansion of our wings, the beautiful colors, the pattern that makes it, but we're able to see the change that has happened because of that. We're able to know that we do have wings. I may not be able to see what they look like, but I know that now I can soar where I used to crawl on the ground. Sorry, I just got the hooping. But you know, I just think that we just have to be able to focus on the work that we need to do within ourselves to get to that cocoon phase. Oftentimes we think that we're not worthy, that, you know, we're not what we're supposed to be, and it's really that we just can't see our own wings. But I want you to focus on the fact that you do have wings. I want you to focus on the fact that you've made a metamorphosis from a caterpillar to a butterfly. You may not be able to see your wings, but just know that God can see them, and you are beautifully, fearfully, and wonderfully made. And I always say this on my channel: if you do not believe in God, please don't let this video deter you, because there is something to get out of this. You are a beautiful and wonderful creature. If you do not believe that someone made you that way, you may believe that you just happened upon, but just know that you are beautiful, and that you can soar, and that butterflies do come through a metamorphosis phase. So you are in your metamorphosis phase. You are going through a cocoon, and you're going to come out stronger and beautiful, and you may not be able to see it, but the world sees it, the universe sees it. Whatever you believe in, you are seeing your patterns, your beauty, the expand of your wings. You are seeing, you see it. We just have to go through that phase. You have to be able to stay in a cocoon for a while. You know, I say that I believe I'm in my cocoon phase just because the things that have transpired in my life in this moment, in this time, throughout this quarantine, I'm evolving, and sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it feels like I'm trapped. Sometimes it feels constricting. But I know that once I come out of this time period, that I'm going to be so much better, so much stronger, so much more prosperous. So many things are going to be produced out of this season. And so this is the time where I just have to stay still and allow the changes to happen. So if you feel stuck, if you feel like, you know, things aren't moving quickly, you are in your cocoon phase, and just know that you're going to come out beautiful and crafted and made in the likeness of God, you know. So I just wanted to encourage you all, ladies and gents, belts and boys, stay blessed. If you are in need of advice or anything like that, please feel free to DM me at any of my handles below. I would love to do advice column videos and answering some of your questions. So please feel free to reach out anonymously. Of course, I would answer them on video. Please feel free to reach out. Please feel free to leave topics that you would like me to discuss on these Southern Belle Speaks Sundays. Please feel free to recommend books for me to read and to discuss on my channel. You guys know that I love to read. I love to listen to audibles. And so, yeah, I will try to keep you guys posted on social media of what I'm reading and stuff like that. I usually put them in my stories. I can make a highlight story for my current reads, which will be nice. So yeah, please feel free to follow me. I am _SouthernBelleFit on Instagram, as well as at SouthernBelle.FromTheCity. That's where I post my upload flyers. And catch me on Fridays for Fitness Friday, and catch me on Saturdays for Sunflower Shakti Yoga, and catch me on Sundays for #SouthernBelleSpeaks Sunday. Again, I am Southern Belle from the city.